and welcome once again to the Monarchs Friday Focus. Myself, Graham Munsey, joined once again by David Howard. David, we'll look back tonight on the first leg of the KO Cup semi-final against Newcastle, and what an enjoyable night it was.
A thoroughly good night of racing. 13 riders all getting really stuck in, working hard, lots of passing, lots of close racing, really competitive meeting, and a few surprises as well.
Yep, so as I say, we'll look back on that. We'll hear from the Diamonds camp, we'll hear from Max Clegg. From the Monarchs camp, we'll hear from Cameron Heaps, and then as always, we'll have a race tonight, another Cameron Heaps special for us tonight. So David, coming into the meeting, we know what Newcastle are capable of here. Obviously they come up with a team with 3 Monarchs league winners in it, Stevie Worrell, Max Clegg and Matty Weathers. When I looked at the changes, I thought Ulrich Ostergaard came in during the week. That pushed Clegg to reserve. You knew that would make them stronger. But missing Jorgensen and Bier, rider replacement, and Cody Garcia coming in, with no offence to any of the guests or anything, I thought that did make them a little bit weaker. Maybe it balanced out, but over the course, Newcastle can maybe be a wee bit upset by that. But at the end of the day, a 14-point victory for the Monarchs, and we'll take that into Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. I felt the same as you. The team changes did strengthen them, but unfortunately, as we found to our cost at Glasgow a few weeks ago, and I think other teams are finding tonight, Friday night as well, it's difficult to find guests. And Cody, he's a trier, but winning a bonus from he was replacing Bier. He'd have scored more than that, and I've not totted up rider replacement, but Jorgensen's good here, so we kind of got a bit of a break there. And but as you say, a couple of Monarchs turned up tonight. It was good. And
the plus side of that, of course, from the Monarchs camp was a 7-man team. First time in 6 weeks, I think it was. Obviously, we're still missing Luke Ruddock at reserve with Connor Coles in the team. Obviously, Victor's still an injury replacement for Seji, but Josh back, 7 men on track, and it does help. It just showed me, with no offence to anyone who stepped in for Josh back, 4 rides, 10 points, massive difference.
Yeah, definitely, and it's the character in the pits, the effort and excitement for the fans. What when he's in a race, it's not done, and I'm sure he's well chuffed with his first match back and a successful start, as you say, 2 wins, especially that crucial 12 with a 5-1 there.
Yeah. And you look down the scorecard, and it was solid scoring from the Monarchs. I think we've got double figures from 3 riders. Everyone else, apart from young Connor, at least paid for a win, and even Connor, 3 paid 5 from 3 rides. Everyone doing their job tonight.
Yeah, a tough night for Connor. I think he fell before he even got to the tapes in his first race. But he's a trier. He stuck in and got there. An awkward fall as well. So hopefully he's okay after that. But as you say, solid all the way through. Couple of boys maybe looking back and seeing them they've left a couple of points in the track. Victor in heat 1, he bursts out, looks like a certain 5-1, and he just overshot the corner. And again, I'm sure Joel would take his second and third races back again if he could.
Yep, and then if we go to the bottom end of the team, obviously we mentioned Connor Coles, but key for me, especially in the latter stages of the match, I mentioned it in my preview on the website, we probably need to start saying that it's time for Willie to step up now. It's not just a case of saying, right, it's been 8 years out, this X, Y, Z. We're halfway through the season now. We need Willie performing, and you look at the difference when he does those last 2 rides. He gets a vital 5-1 in heat 12, and then a crucial 3rd point in heat 14. And that was a race that was really tough, as you mentioned. Joe had a couple of blobs, shall we say, in the run up to that. It was Weathers and Clegg who were both excellent tonight out for Newcastle, and to get out the gate made all the difference. He managed to hold Clegg up, I think, for a little bit, hold Weathers off, crucial points in the grand scheme of things.
Definitely. I'm sure a few people are saying it's overdue. Well, he's turning up, but fantastic tonight. You're looking around the scorecard at heat 10, you're thinking, where are we going to get heat advantages? And you're thinking heat 13 and 15 is the one that's going to be crucial. But to pop out and brilliant starts, 2 brilliant starts. That's what he was excellent for when he was at his best. Willie Lawson out the start, fantastic. 2 good wins, 2 great, and keep Matthew Weathers behind him in heat 14, and the form Matthew's in just now was fantastic. And for Willie, that's paid for 7, but I'm sure it'll feel like a lot more than that tonight for him.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we flip it over maybe the Newcastle side. We've spoken about the team changes, but you look down the scorecard. A big number 1's performance by Stevie Worrell. I think it was paid 15. Matty Weathers was excellent. Max Clegg, fantastic. It was 12 points, I think, from Clegg. As good as I've ever seen Clegg. It was gating. We know he can pass. We know he's got the guy on the track craft. But getting out the start, and he looks a different rider this year.
Yeah, definitely. Josh Pickering's amongst one of the guys he's beaten tonight. He's looking good. He's looking up for it. He's talking a lot better. He's maturing as a person, as a rider. It's good to see that. All hopefully, maybe he can wait till after Sunday before.
We'll take a wee 2 or 3 point score on Sunday.
But yeah, and as you say, Stevie's looking good. He's really tried hard to protect. Was it Max? and Max in heat 11, really trying hard, working for the team. Didn't quite work out for them there, and Matthews popped up with 7. I'm sure he'll be disappointed finishing with 2 last, but form he was in, that's probably where they need to be. And difficult for the rest of their team. Garcia, as we say, I guess, there, and Oostergaard to change. It's trying for everybody this season, but
that's it. So 14 points. I say Max Clegg we mentioned there. I think it was 12. I was right the first time. 12 points for Max Clegg. I caught up with Max after the meeting. Joined by Newcastle's Max Clegg. Max, good night for yourself personally, and 14 points a deficit. It could go either way on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. We would have liked to have kept it a bit closer, but that didn't happen in the end. We all know how good Edinburgh are around here, and these boys. So we knew it was going to be tough, but like I say, we would have liked to kept it a bit closer for Sunday. But there's no reason why we can't. We're dialed in around Newcastle, just as much as these boys are around here. So I think it'll be a quite interesting meeting.
And a busy night for yourself. 6 rides, 12 points, and making some cracking starts. You must be happy with your own performance tonight.
Yeah, I am. I always enjoy riding here. The track was pretty good tonight, so it's a bit easier when you make a start, I guess. And I've been making a few good starts this season, so I've got a few things to work on, I think. But I'm pretty pleased with tonight.
And obviously the signing of Ulrichs put you back at reserve. I guess any rider wants to be moving up the team and heading for heat leader positions, but you'll take those extra rides and that extra pay packet while it's going as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I moved into the main body, I was up for it, and it was going well in the main body. It's a numbers game, innit, I guess. I'm back at reserve. I mean, I would have liked to have stayed at number 2 because I felt like I was enjoying it a little bit more, but being at reserve's nice. You get a bit more money.
And so overall, though, the way the season's going, both in the National League and the Championship, real happy with everything.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like I'm riding pretty good this year. My confidence is quite high, so we've got a good team on paper. So for Newcastle, so I just think make a few more starts and try and keep meetings a bit closer than they are. But nationally, it's going fairly decent for myself. The team's struggling a bit, clearly, but I'm pretty sure the boys will get there.
Well done tonight, and always a pleasure to see you back at Armadale, Max. Well done. So, good to see you, Max, as you mentioned. Confident, happy with his riding, confident. Maybe the same couldn't be said for Newcastle team boss George English. I mean, there was a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but he was maybe a little bit unhappy with a couple of decisions that went against Diamonds. I think back maybe to Phillips' exclusion against Coles, and was it Heat 4? Max Clegg was pulled back from a start when he made a good one, although he was moving.
It was a flat,
but these are the kind of things in a 2-legged tie. These things will be crucial. The flip side of that, and hey, I'm not a team manager, but why Clegg didn't have 7 rides tonight, I would have had him in one of the races earlier, so it wasn't, because then the only chance you had would have given them 4 in a row later on, so you wanted to get him in earlier, get a couple of rides to do that. But hey, I say I'm not a team manager. I'm just thinking that was probably your strongest rider up until then when Warrow came to the fore. I'd have wanted him on track as much as I could tonight. Will these come back to haunt them? Who knows? We'll find out on Sunday.
Yeah, it's difficult. 14's going to be tight. They always say 10 points is the minimum, so 14... it's going to be close, as you say. I agree with you. They could have possibly used his riders a little bit better. And I mean, for the first time, I'm watching from the pits here, and the race where Lawson pipped Garcia. Looked from here, it looked like definitely the Garcia got it. So I can maybe understand why George English is going getting a bit excited of that. But these things happen in Speedway. That's the way it is. And Willie went straight to line.
That's it. I mean, I was straight across for the line, so that was the rest of you got that one spot on.
Better view than me this time,
well done, Darren Hartliff in Manchester. You're right though. It's crucial. 14 points. We got beat by 10 down there earlier in the season. Newcastle on form, and I guess in these kind of things, the mindset going into that can't be we're 14 points up. You've got to go in almost like it's 0-0. I'd always ride the best you can, but take it any match like you're going out to win the match. You can't ride defensively or you'll get beat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's points for the riders anyway. They're going to try and win. I mean, we've gone down and won KO Cup matches to get through, so there's no reason why we can't do that. And you've got to go and believe every race. You go to the tapes, believe you can win the race. That's the way I think you should be as a rider. So hopefully go with that attitude and we get a good performance and we get ourselves through to the final, because that's crucial for us this season.
Yep, it's so very much so. So from the Monarchs' point of view, after the match I spoke to Cameron Heaps. I think Cameron was voted Monarch of the match by the fans, and 13 points for Cameron. I spoke to him now, and straight after speaking to Cameron, we'll go right into the heat of the night. Cameron's racing heat 11. So Cameron, 13 points for yourself and a 14-point win for the Monarchs. Probably would have taken both of them at the start of the night.
Yeah, I think so. Would have been nicer to take a bit more there, but I think 13 points is definitely doable.
And from your own point of view, obviously at the start of the night you maybe ought to be a little bit slower at the gates, but at the end of the night you really found those gating boots and it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, the first one was weird. I made a decent start, but I said to Steve-O that it just didn't feel right. The second one I was same again, and then I think my third one it was the same again. I was like, what's going on? I'm scratching my head, and we had a look at it, wound the clutch in a bit more and just reset and made a start in 13 and almost got there in 15, and it's just hard when you've got a class skater like Stevie next year. But no, it was a good night for me. I'm pleased.
It looked a wee bit as well, just looking down the gate stats. At gate 1, maybe a little bit of graveyard tonight. If you were not getting out in front of the guy in 2, you were getting clamped, and that was your race pretty much over. Yeah,
it was so hard off the inside, especially gate 1. There was a few ruts that people had crossed over, and when that happens, it makes it so much harder. And then, like you said, you get clamped in the first corner, and you've got to build some momentum. And yeah, I'd done that, and I tried reeling Matty in, but he just done me. So yeah.
And then obviously we go down to Newcastle on Sunday. Every single Speedway rider I've ever asked says they don't like the place, but they'll go down and give it a go. What about yourself? What's your opinion of Bruff Park?
Pretty much the same. I'm not keen on it, but I go all right there. So hopefully I can have a good meeting, and so can the rest of the boys, and we can go through to the next round.
I guess in any two-legged affair like this, so you don't want to think about the 14-point advantage at the start. That'll take care of itself at the end of the meeting. You just go out in every race, take it as if the score's 0-0, and go out there and beat who you're up against.
Yeah, well, if we go, like you said, if we go there 0-0 and have a 14-point win, then we're definitely through. So it's definitely there for the taking, and we'll be giving it our best, and hopefully, like you said, at the end of the day, at the end of the meeting, we've run them close, if not, beat them, and we'll be through.
Yep. And then just finishing off, obviously, your Heat 9, your third ride, that was our ride of the night as we've been nominated for the Friday Focus. You must have been pretty happy, just putting it out in the dirt and blasting around the two diamonds.
Yeah, it's one of them things I like doing when there's a bit of dirt out there. I don't mind seeing how far we can go, and it was a bit of a test. The fuel cap fell off in the first corner, so I was getting a face full of methanol, and I've had a few problems with my steel shoe lately. That keeps coming off as well, and that come off on the third lap, so it was a bit sketchy, but we got the job done.
You got there. Well done again tonight, Cameron. All the best for Sunday.
Heat 11, Steve Worrell's on gate 1. Cameron Heaps, gate 2. Max Clegg is the final rider replacement. And William Lawson outside. And again, both diamonds have made the start. Monarchs just far too sleepy at the start. Here comes Cameron Heaps round the deeper stuff. It is very difficult. You need to be as bold as Josh Pickering, and not many people are. Here comes Heaps again on that big blast, and he's very close. Swings into the dirt once more. He might have got it right this time. He has. Brilliant riding by Cameron Heaps. He's saved the day. William Lawson isn't far away, but again, slow starting is costing him. He grabbed a point on the last corner last time, but he's too far back this time. It's a shared race. An absolutely superb win by Cameron Heaps round the outside. In spite of the Diamond's attempts to block him out, it was a terrific race.
So Cameron, back in good form there, 13 points tonight, crucial for the Monarch. And what a ride we've seen in Heat 11, with methanol on his face and no steel shoe. What more can you ask for?
Unbelievable when he's gone round picking up his steel shoe, then when he tells us about the methanol flying up, and he's riding the boards as close as we can. As I said earlier, Stevie Worrell making him work hard, but he was obviously loving it, and that's all only can be good for us. And
you've got to say, obviously, that was Heat of the night as kind of voted for by, well, us, we are the panel, but obviously knowing we do this every week, I take a wee note as I'm going through, just put a wee X next to heats that I think could have been, and I'm looking at my programme there: Heat 3, Heat 4, Heat 5, Heat 7, Heat 11, Heat 14. There was some cracking racing out there tonight. Dare I say it, probably on a par with the Berwick meeting earlier in the season. I think it was for the best match of the season.
Yeah, definitely agreed. As Dell are two competitive teams, riders going for it.
There's something about the cup.
yeah,
I find that in any sport, whether it's football, when it's Scottish Cup weekend, whether it's Speedway when it's the KO Cup. There's just something about the finality of a cup match where every point's crucial.
that's no tactical ride.
Exactly. If that had been a league match, the meeting would have been won by heat 12, 13, and then you're kind of easing off going into the last races. But not in a cup match. Every point's crucial, and the house was a bit brought down with that ride in heat 14 by Joe and Willie holding off Clegg in second, and Joe, and Weathers at the back.
Yeah, fantastic. You would never have picked that race with Matthew Weathers finishing last in the form they're on. Although maybe that's down to gate 1, but you've got to take advantage. And as we said earlier, Lawson getting out the starts looking good. Joel Anderson in his first race is really combative down the back straight to make sure he gets there. That's what we're after. Good, hard, exciting riding. And fair, of course, obviously, as well.
Definitely. So, will it be enough? We'll find it on Sunday. 6:30 tapes up at Newcastle. For those not in attendance, though, I believe there is a bus. 26 names going down in the supporters bus, plus whoever's in the car. That'll be good. So, obviously, keep an eye on the Monarch social media and website for that. And then, just to finish off, David, we had the Fans Trust draw tonight. I guess all that's left to say is a massive thank you to anyone who bought tickets, sold tickets, promoted that in any way. A massive boost for the Fans Trust, which, of course, means a massive boost for the club.
Exactly, all the hard work that Craig and April put into that. Everybody, as you say, that's bought tickets, that's sold tickets. I mean, we knew that when the guys went across to the Swedish Grand Prix a few weeks ago, they've taken a few books across, and turns out one of the Swedish guys.
See, what's the exchange rate for Swedish krona just now? Have you looked that up?
No idea, but I'm sure somebody will be have a smile on their face when they get a text message later on that £500 first prize. But all the other prizes that are given to us by our helpful sponsors and everybody else that's supported the event. It's fantastic. We reckon we think we might be up at £2,000 what we've made from the raffle, fantastic, which is phenomenal. And of course, there's 13 prizes in total drawn. They'll all be on the website later on. There's a board that some will have been handed out tonight, but check the website, see if your name's on the list, get in contact if you're not sure. We'll check and make sure the winners get their prizes. And as you say, massive thank you to everybody.
Yep, can only echo that. So thank you very much to everyone who took part in that. And as always, that'll pretty much do us for this evening, I think, David. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week when the Somerset Rebels come a-calling.